Do I still think that Mina could hypothetically go to the price of $30 during this bull run? The answer is yes. And of course, nothing I say is financial advice nor a guarantee. But sometimes people find this hard to believe because they say that, wow, take a look at Mina, man. We don't really need another blockchain. There's so many out there. What's the unique selling point of Mina? Now, here's the thing. The amazing thing about Mina is that it's actually allegedly the world's lightest blockchain. Now, you may be wondering, okay, why is it the world's lightest blockchain? It's because, Mina is designed to have a blockchain size of just 22 kilobytes, which is actually insane if you really think about it, because, a lot of other blockchains out there, they have an increasing size of around 300 gigabytes. So yeah, you could imagine the difference there. I mean, it's kind of a lot, to be honest. So, again, Mina is considered the world's lightest blockchain due to its small size. Now, some people, they may think that this is kind of caca. They're like, okay, why do we need something that's small? What's the benefit? Now, first of all, the benefit of something that's light, like in the case of Mina, is enhanced scalability, which of course is a good thing because you take a look at, for instance, Ethereum. People oftentimes, even despite the amazing ecosystem, despite the fans and the amazing projects, again, despite that, they often argue that it's arguably not even scalable. And being scalable in the world of blockchains, that's something that is super necessary. Hashtag Jorge Masvidal, if you know, you know. Because if you take a look at it, if a blockchain is great, but then it's not scalable, what's really the benefit? Of course, then it's kind of caca in the grand scheme of things. Now, you also take a look at Mina. Again, by it being light in nature, so to speak, quote unquote, that does make, transaction processing really fast. And of course, that is, again, very necessary in the world of blockchains. I mean, just think about this, right? If I take a look at Mina, if I were to put an analogy on it, it's like, let's say, an Uber Eats driver, in Manhattan, in New York City. Let's say they want to deliver food, right? Of course, they're driving for Uber Eats. What would be better for them in that environment? Is it like a bus or is it like a bicycle? I think I'd much rather have a bicycle in that sense over like a bus because, I mean, come on, can you imagine all the stoplights, traffic? It's going to be complete nonsense, just very slow. It's not suited for the intended purpose, if you know what I mean. So the way you take a look at it is that Mina, it's actually very amazing because in the world of blockchains, what do we need? Something that's fast, something that's very scalable. And Mina does tick that box. So again, I think it's pretty much the complete package, and it's so unique. It's really different from a lot of other blockchains out there, and I really like that. And the amazing thing about Mina is that they actually offer end-to-end privacy. Quite essentially, they are focused on privacy in a sense. And I think this is great because in this day and age, we need something that's very private. Of course, we want our information to be secure. And some people out there, they may be wondering, okay, what is the key to Mina, right? What makes it so special? And in this case, the key to it is something called ZK Snark. Now, if I say it, it's going to be very long, but I'm going to say it anyways because ZK Snark stands for Zero Knowledge, Succinct, Non-Interactive Arguments of Knowledge. So yeah, you could only imagine that. That's kind of a long thing, but basically that's how special, Mina is. And by the way, this computing concept was developed by an individual by the name of Silvio Micali. Now you may be thinking, okay, who's this person, man? Why is he even famous? Well, actually, Silvio Micali, an Italian computer scientist who happens to be the founder of Algorand. And as you all know, Algorand is one of the biggest projects out there. I'm very bullish on Algorand as well. So if you take a look at that, this is how amazing ZK Snark is. And again, that's basically the key to Mina, aka the Mina Protocol. And that's what I really love about it. I mean, fundamentally, it's just one of the best out there. And also on top of that, it has such a unique advantage because imagine, right, if every blockchain was kind of the same, then it's pretty difficult to differentiate which one is amazing, right? It's just like, okay, it's another carbon copy. So you take a look at Mina, world's lightest blockchain, that's going to be amazing because once the wave for enterprises really kicks in for blockchain technology, once they fully start looking into, these projects, so to speak, they're going to look at, hey, which blockchain has an advantage? And when they see something like Mina, man, the world's lightest blockchain, why wouldn't that be a good advantage? I mean, of course, that's going to make it stand out to the crowd. And I really love that because, again, some people out there may think that Mina is completely useless. It's caca. It's just another blockchain. No, it's actually very amazing in my opinion. Now, with that being said, though, at the price of $30 with all that in mind, is that really crazy? No, I don't think so. I mean, first of all, if Mina were to go to the price of $30, at that point, considering current circulating supply, market cap would be around $35 billion. Now, around a $35 billion market cap really isn't insane because we've seen BNB reach over $100 billion in market cap. And if you actually take a look at it, according to Crypto.com research, this, by the way, just happened last year in 2023, slightly over 2% of the crypto hacks that happened actually occurred on the BNB Smart Chain ecosystem. So it's not that great in my opinion. I mean, the crypto space overall is massive. I mean, slightly over 2%. Can you imagine how much that is in the grand scheme of things? That's kind of insane. So if BNB, right, can reach over $100 billion in market cap, why can't Mina, at least go to around 35 billion? I mean, we never see any nonsense going on with Mina, so I don't see why not. But it's going to take some time, though, because the sentiment as of right now, I get it, it's not the greatest. Some people out there, they may not be really focusing on something like Mina. They're focusing a lot on, AI, meme coins. And don't get me wrong, I love AI and meme coin projects, but sometimes people often ignore, these amazing blockchains like Mina. But I think it's just a matter of time, because I think the hype is going to kick back in again. And when it does, man, Mina's going to really have such an amazing ride, because again, it's so unique, it's so special. But sometimes people, they take time to understand this. And actually, these boring times as of right now, it's actually a great opportunity to actually build a community, because you take a look at how now people have more time to actually study about Mina, to actually learn what it's all about. And also, this actually brings me to my point as to why I'm focusing on only things that I can control, because some people out there, they wonder, why isn't Mina at the price of like $15, let's say $20 right now? They're like, oh man, how can it go to 30? It's not even that right now. They keep complaining about this. But in my opinion, sometimes in the short term, it's not possible to control what happens, right? But what can I control? My dedication, my belief, my consistency, in a sense that just acquiring Mina anytime on income, dollar cost averaging, holding, and still believing in the project. That's what I can control. I can't control what happens to the price of Mina like today or tomorrow. I can't do that. Again, it takes some time. Now, usually it does take quite a while from right now, but hey, I think it's not bad, because even if you take a look back in history, as a worst case scenario, altcoins, they've been known to peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. Now, that's around a year and a half. So that's actually sometime around October of next year. Now, why did I come up with that date? It's because the Bitcoin halving event happened back in April. So again, right, 18 months after that is October of 2025. Now, granted, altcoins could peak sooner, but in my opinion, due to the market sentiment as of right now, I don't think Mina is going to peak to the heights that hypothetically I believe it will during this year. I think it's going to happen sometime in 2025. But again, even despite that, I really don't mind, because, slightly over a year from right now to accumulate, why not? It's not bad. Now, granted, it happens earlier, fine by me as well. I'm not going to complain. That's Sizzler party time right there. Going to Sizzler, Applebee's, if you know. But even besides that, again, happens earlier, great. Happens later, fine by me. It's fine either way. I feel like this is like a 10-mile marathon, and I'm kind of nearing the end. It's like an 8 or 9 mile marathon. So I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to quit. Now, no one has to follow what I do. I mean, this is not financial advice, but that's just personally what I'm doing. And you take a look at the trajectory for Bitcoin, it could be so amazing, right? You take a look at Bitcoin, it's having a pretty decent recovery as of right now, even though it had a pullback from its all-time high. But I still think it has a ways to go, because 100,000, 150,000, especially in 2025, I don't see why not, because you take a look at the Bitcoin ETF. I mean, that's amazing for Bitcoin. The number of institutional investors for Bitcoin is just through the roof. With all that in mind, Bitcoin can't go to the price of at least, $100,000 in 2025. I think hypothetically that's very realistic. Now, personally, I believe it can go to the price of 150,000. This is my opinion. But again, I think 100,000 is like easy peasy. And also on top of that, there's currently over 600 million crypto owners, according to Crypto.com research. This is actually more than ever before in history, because even at first glance, like when I mention this, sometimes people like to say, oh, it's not that much, man. Like, look at how many people are in this world, like billions of people. What makes you think that 600 million is a lot? Now, it's actually a lot given perspective, because you take a look back in 2021, that bull run that year was amazing. I think we can all agree on that. But actually, during the peak of that bull run, there was roughly only around 300 million crypto owners. So again, right, if back then, with roughly only around 300 million crypto owners, the bull run looked that fantastic, imagine this time around. Basically double the amount of crypto owners, man, the FOMO, buying pressure, buying volume is going to be insane. I mean, it's going to be through the roof. But again, it's just a waiting game at this point. It's just, basically a patience game. That's the way you take a look at it. And I'm going to stay patient, going to continue to just, again, anytime earn income, acquire, hold, and just wait, because I believe in the future of Mina. I think this bull run could be so fantastic. And I think that Mina is just a very special project. So at the price of $30 during this bull run, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. And make sure to subscribe if you gain value from this video. I greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.